The WZ-111 is available once again in WoT Blitz. Is it merely a copy-paste Russian heavy, or is it a must-buy that you have to add to your garage? Let's find out. Yes, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, to the channel. The copy-paste heavy is here, the elitist tier 8 Chinese heavy tank, which is known as the WZ-111. And all looks aside, stats and everything, it really looks a lot like an IS-3, an IS-6, an IS-3 Defender, an IS-5, the Glacial, the 112, except that this one has a bit of a pike nose, but all in all, the running gear, the gun, it all feels typically Russian. So yes, in a nutshell, this is pretty much a copy-paste heavy tank. I still have a full review for you, 3 games, one of which is this one on Faust, and you can see you can really snap someone if you are lucky with the gun, because it was trollish as hell for me from time to time. And there we go, we do get a track shot on the E75 on the septic tank, do some damage as well. But against the bigger guns at T9, that frontal armor does not really work well. We can get this one through because I don't know what that IS-2 was doing. Reverse side scraping against enemies that weren't looking at him. But I'm happy to shoot him again. This is a bit unlucky. I was able to get a shot on the Yak Tiger, and then it does into the buildings. That's funny. I mean, the first shot at the ISU-152 wasn't even fully aimed, and that one went in, and then this one was not fully aimed either, but a bit better, and that one went into the rocks. We can get a shot in on the SU-152, or it's an ISU with a stocky gun, Bono 32. But all in all, this tank, it's not exciting to play. It's a good tank, make no mistake about that. It will earn you some good credits, make no mistake about that, because it's a tier 8 heavy premium tank. It's by no means overpowered, but this is for me pretty much a case of been there, done that. Because in my garage I've got a Defender, an IS-6, an IS-5, I have the Glacial, I have a Löwe, I have a T26E4, I have the FCM, I have a lot of tier 8 premium tanks, so I don't really need this one, which is why I've been driving it on the press account a lot, and I was tempted at first to get it, because the gameplay, it can be funny in a way. Ah, come on IS-2SH, why don't you go forward a bit more? I rushed a shot, shouldn't have done that, but we did anyways. And the E75 red team is pushing hard, which is why I'm running around now. He kills our IS-6, and I think our E75 drops down. Yeah, he did. He dropped down, killed septic tank, and that means it is 4 on 3 now. Still a bit careful, they have an AMX 50-100 over there. And the tank, it has a good armor profile, but for some reason it didn't really work for me. I got panned by some of the tier 7 tanks straight through the front, and I've been looking at armor spectrum and thinking, what the hell was I doing wrong? But the armor profile, even though it is a pike nose, does seem to be a bit more patchwork than, say, an IS-3 or an IS-5. And against tanks like this one, the T-34, that tank has no problems going through your front. He missed, so I'm happy to trade damage here. I'm not running adrenaline, he is, but I can get a shot in on him before he is able to reload, and then I will be able to finish him off. There we go. But you can see he has no problems going through, and that's a big gun obviously on a tier 8 tank. This one is your typical 122mm Russian gun. This game got me a first class because we were the front line, we spotted tanks, there we go, there's a scout medal on a tier 8 premium tank, and we get patrol duty as well, which is why the ace bar went over 1k. But you can also see the tank hasn't been played a lot. It is available again, as said, in the game for 10k of gold. So let's take a look at the statistics, the armor profile, and then 2 more games. So Let's go quickly through the statistics using blitzstars.com. I've lined up the WZ-111 versus basically a lot of the tier A premiums in my garage at the moment. The Glacial, the IS-5, IS-6 Defender, the T-34 and the AMX, and then the WZ for good measure as well, because that's a Chinese tank too. And you can see when it comes to the gun, it almost feels as if, right, let's give the Chinese tanks the same gun but make them just a bit worse in terms of penetration. I mean, it's a 122mm D25TA, which is pretty much the same in all the statistics except the aim sound, which is a bit better on the WZ and the Glacial, and not on the IS-5 but on the IS-6. It is 2.97, which has a D30 gun, by the way, but it is strange to see that the same gun gets a bit less in terms of penetration on a Chinese tank as opposed to a Russian one. But the rest, it is pretty much the same. The WZ-111 has less gun depression than the Glacial, than the IS-6. It has a slightly better weapon handling when it comes to dispersion upon movement and rotation, but it's all the same basically. It's copy-paste compared to the Glacial, the 5, the 6, the Defender, etc. If you want to have a tank that can do well, you can do well in it, but it's not really exciting. And you can see from the number of players who've been playing this one, 281, I can understand why Wargaming are selling this one again, because they think, right, it's a tank that might appeal to people because it is different compared to the other tanks. But if you want tanks that are different, why not buy a Löwe or a T-34? They offer different kind of gameplay with better DPM or monster penetration or great hold-on capacities, or buy the WZ-121G FT, the tank destroyer. 400 alpha per shot, great mobility, massive DPM. That's something different. And if you're then going to look at the armor profile, this is from the perspective of a lightweight. You can see that frontally, once you go hold down using the maximum gun depression, this can become a bit of a fortress. There's a strip of, I think it is spaced armor on the side, which does help a bit too, makes it a bit trollish to bounce. So if you keep driving around in the tank and wiggle back and forth, you might get the occasional bounce. But look at what happens when I change the tank. We're going to still use a tier 8 tank. We're going to pick a UK tier 8 medium tank, the Centurion Mark 1 OK. Oh boy. Patchwork frontal armor. Once you go hold down, not too bad, not too bad. Your cupola can still be penetrated and there are weak spots in the turret ring, but on flat ground, look at that. That's against a same tier medium tank, and at range it will lose penetration, but once you get closer, you can be penetrated through the frontal plate very easily. And you can side scrape on it, but it has that pike nose, so you will open up a fair bit of your tank if you're trying to side scrape. And I've been penned through those plates on the top left and right hand side corner numerable times. And this, like I said, is a tier 8 medium tank. It's not even a tier 9 tank destroyer. So that's a bit of a problem. I still have 2 more games to show you. We are again bottom tier, although slightly, on Million Ruins. What was on Reds again? Yeah, Batchat was on the red team, and I think it was a Jagd Tiger. So that's there's a lot of mobility against me and a good tier 9 tank destroyer. Something to watch out for. We are thundering towards the A cap. I normally would like to go towards C, but the gun depression is a bit wonky and not a lot. And I decided to go forward, just charge and see what happens. Can we get to A cap before any of the quick tanks on the red team can? And yes, we can. We do spot an AMX AC-48 in just a few seconds, I think. Let's see, there is. We don't shoot him, we are going to miss the shot. I will think about, I can side scrape here. No, he can penetrate straight through the drive hood as well. And that is just a tier 8 tank destroyer. It has a good gun, granted, but still, the armor profile is just not really good. We can get a shot in on him, which is helpful. Then I try to side scrape again, but we've already lost the tank, as you can see. The T-34 is down. We're going to get this shot in on the tank. Bounces on his lower plate. He's left on 1 hit point. things are not looking promising. AMX takes out the Yark Panther 2. I can track the AMX in place, and I think in hindsight this was an award-winning shot. Because he got down to 440 and it made the Reds get stalled over there a bit, trying to my luck at the AMX. The AC-48 doesn't work with HE. He's on 1 hit point, so I want to blast HE. And this is what I meant with that front plate. I mean, he hasn't even got the big gun. And he still manages to clear me easily. And I do get this one. You're going to see in the end statistic, it wasn't splash damage, so I didn't even penetrate. It was just splashing him. And we're going to get a lovely high roll on the AMX 5100 for 440. That's good, because I wanted to clear him. And we're going to get a very low roll later on the Chieftain, where you think, right, he's around 330, let's shoot a PCR, and then we are able to kill him, and you do only 310. Thank you, RNG. Thank you, thank you. If you do like my work and you've been watching the channel for a fair bit, you might want to consider sponsoring me on Patreon. There is a link available in the description below. All the money that is sent to me by Patreon does fuel back into the channel one way or another. And yeah, if all the subscribers of the channel would support me on Patreon, well, that would be a big thing. You can cap it out at $1 a month if you want to, and I'll post videos regularly over there. So if you like the content, like I said, do consider sponsoring the channel. It helps out in the end. We're going to get the low roll on the Chieftain here. In a way, I noticed he was flanking around in the back, wanted to clear him because it is supremacy, and there he is. Oh yeah, look at that, 336. 312. Low roll. Right, then I bump into him. I don't lose any health. I'm not quite sure why. Actually, I think it was because I just not him really. I hugged him with the front of my track, so I think the blast got absorbed by my track module really, that made him explode and not me. Thank you very much. And there is, I mean, the gun depression only 5 degrees. There wasn't a lot. It is enough to make a shot like this one hard to get on the AT-15. And like I said, I think a T-34 or a Löwe or an AMX M449 or other tanks, they will offer more exciting gameplay if you already have the likes of an i6 or a Defender or an IS-5 on your in your garage with Glacial. If you have tanks like that, you don't really need the WZ-111. And well, all kidding aside, if you have a lot of tier 8 tanks, why would you need some more? For variety, that would be my main concern to buy a tank, to want to have a tank, and there's just not a lot of variety in this one. It is a solid tank, you drive it around, you shoot them for 400, the rest that is rinse and repeat, copy, paste, next one, next game. And this one was a first class Top Gun, Redley Walters. Kudos to the guy in the tortoise, the player there, really well played, and well, for my part, not too bad in terms of accuracy either. 11 penetrating shots, some assistance damage, and 2 spotting. Thank you very much. Let's move on into the next one, which is a T7 battle at Port Bay, and this one was a bit harder to play. And this game being a bit harder to play is in no small part due to my team. Look at that, there's a CDC who wants us to go towards C. I try to be a bit humorous. I type in the global chat, let's go towards D cap. First I type it to my team, and then in global, we're not going D, we're going C. C, D, C, let's go C. CDC then goes into the corner to spot, and the T-49 is thinking, right, I'm going to spot, and there's just one tank spotted, which is the Rudy, and he's then off the radar, and there's one tank, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Oh, hello, I'm a T-49, I've found the whole team. Let's lose my hit points now. I'm going to drop the speed boost. I can make it, I can go out, I can get away. I've got one on, I'm a T-94, I'm 49, and I'm gone. Yeah. That's not a way to spot. Yeah, it's a way to spot. I mean, he found them. He found them, but I'd rather not have you go in like that. Even though we have 2 bases capped now, you're still a top tier light tank. It was a bit too aggressive. I'm a bit too aggressive here as well. I can shoot that. I can't shoot anyone. I get tracked. And I should have just side scraped here. I can be in a good position here, going hill down. I can shoot the T-49 in the butt now. But the game, even though we have 2 bases covered at the moment, is not going to be very easy, because the CDC rushes away and our team is just splitting up. They are playing like Muppets, and so am I. And I'm looking around and thinking, right, what should I do? There's a whole firing squad up there on the ridge. So let's go in. Remember, we've got 400 average alpha. We are going to clear the Rudy. So we're gonna aim in, we're gonna shoot him. Yeah, and we leave him at 18 or 16 hit points. Because I'm a Chinese tank, I'm not a Russian tank. I don't get the Russian number generator on my side. It's just copy paste, and some bits are good and some are bad. And that's a bit annoying. We can shoot the other Chinese tank up the arse over here into the glacier. And if you now look at the hit points, hit points, the victory points, 730 from our team, 340 for the rest. And they are capturing B now as well. The T-25-2 is down. The IS-5 just can't shoot him. That one bounces on his lower plate. Thank you very much. Then there comes the Bulldog, and he shoots me right through the lower plate. I can now shoot the IS-5 again. No, can't. Can I shoot the Bulldog? No, can't. Not reloaded yet. Can I shoot the IS-5 again? Oh, into the dirt. Thank you very much. And of course, he pans me. And in terms of bases, we are going to have a problem. It is a 2 or 5 at the moment. So let's roll around. Bounce one shot from the Bulldog. HE. He burns, and he stays at 13. Because I'm a Chinese tank. I'm not a Russian. And I'm at 254 hit points left. And here comes the really, well, Tronish armor profile of the WZ-111 into play. Another bounce from the IS-5. I think he uses his luck. I think he's all out of luck at the moment. He has penetration values which are about the same as mine. No, they're better than mine actually. But I keep, well, bumping my face straight into him. He wants to go from the cupola. I'm not going to let him shoot that one. He bounces on my turret again. I think maybe even on the tracks and the vision ports. He has a dead driver, which is good. That allows me to react just a bit quicker to his movements. I'm going for heat. We have the points, and I can get the last kill in. Thank you very much. And he goes like, WTF. Yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts as well. If I had died, we would have lost the game, but thank you very much to a Tronish armor profile. We did manage to win that one for a first class, 1182 base XP. Bit bad in terms of accuracy, but like I said, this one was one of the most exciting games I played. And I don't think this tank is very exciting to play. It is by no means a must buy. It's got goodish Trollish armor, but not too good when you are against tier 9 tanks. It has a derpy gun. The mobility is good, so use that. But all in all, if you have Russian premium tanks in your garage at tier 8, don't bother buying this one. My name is martindogger. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of this universe. Do consider subscribing or supporting the channel in any way, form or shape possible. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Cheers and happy tanking.